this video I will speak about dynamic elements and how dynamic elements will be changed in TreasureBoat and how they will work. And for today we use the new number field to explain the number field, and I will do more videos about the other dynamic elements. But at first, before I start, I will show you the test page that I already created, so to understand what is going on. So we have here on the test page, and the first is we have a form with an action to switch automatic. This action get called here to switch automatic. That means is automatic is a boolean that is automatically set at start to false, and will make a not and make it to true, and then make good go to myself action. So it goes back to your own page. So that means it switch between false, true, false, and true. Very simple. Only it is for the purpose to show you how we can use switching, automatic switching. And here you can see in this form, you see we are currently in automatic mode with the, you can see true or false, and then that's the sub button, the W submit button for action, the to switch automatic. So that means that is this, this is the UI test page, is the title like we had in the dashboard section. Here we are currently in automatic false mode. If I click, we switch to true mode, and if I click again, we go to false mode again. Okay, that is I think very clear now. Then we have a horizontal ruler line, and we have here using the object W form and a test submit button. What this is currently do, it is we have a TB form, the old W form and TB form. It's not really changed a lot here currently, but you can see it has the new naming already, and it calls the action to sample action. Then we have a W submit button, and this submit button has the value with test submit and also the do sample action. If I go to the do sample action, you can see we have here log info. We say only display commit data. Let me clear out the log console so we can see that better. And with the log info, we can say number. I made two strings, one number and number 2. So we have two fields that we can play around for the new field, and log info number will display here if we commit, make like a commit. That means we click on the submit button, this action get called, it calls here. So that means if I click on the test submit button, you get a commit data, and the number is currently null because we haven't implemented anything, but only to see how the text will work. So let me push it together. So then let's concentrate into the custom component to write the line of code that we would like to speak today, and that's about numbers. Numbers, there are a lot of different type of numbers. At first, let's do how web object would be do that. Like that means it would be an WO, it would be a text field, and then it would be a value. That means it will be number, and yeah, that's the simple version. So that means you can use usually number formatters for all kind of stuff. But the problem with number formatters can be also that you can really easily get exceptions, and because the parsing doesn't really work and the user gives different code in, and it can be really a pain. So, but for simple solution would be like this. Let me only, so that means we have a number, only make some, that it looks on the different line. So that means we are here, we have a text field, and we have the test numbers. Test shouldn't be this, but okay. Let's give a number inside and submit. So very simple, and it is called 55. So it is really old way of creating input fields for numbers. In TreasureBoat we have a few types of numbers, and today we speak about the number field, and the number field would be equal to the integer. That means numbers equal to integer. In TreasureBoat we will have also fields for big decimal and other stuff, other classes. So let's write that a little different. Let's use the HTML5 way. In HTML5 we have better fields. We can say number field, and value is number. So make it shorter. Let's remove this notation, and let's make a commit. Okay, now you can see it is already the HTML5 version. It has this stepper, so that means you can step up and down. Even the key will work. So it looks already much nicer. Let me only put that. Okay, let's make here some code, so that means it's not everything displayed in the same line. Okay, looks much nicer. So we have now in TreasureBoat HTML5 support with good looking displaying numbers, and you can also take it out and submit. The placeholder is set default to 0, so we can override it very easily. You can say placeholder is empty, so that means you get an empty placeholder. But you can also write something like please whatever, and that will be here displayed. So putting a number, test submit, it works already. So for the stepper we can use also the binding. That means we have min, let's say 1, max is 99, and the step is 5. So let me refresh. Okay, with the stepper we have now here the stepper. That means if I click, it goes in step 5, and it stops here, and it goes down, and it stops here. That means min and max work here already. So even the keys, the cursor keys up and down will do work with the HTML5 commands here. Then we that means we have the min max. Okay, then we have in HTML5 we can make it a second one. So that means how will it display if it's read only? So let's make a second one, that will be the number 2, and as we say here, read only is true for the second one, and for the first one we say autofocus to true. So after clicking this, you can see the autofocus will automatically focus to the one that we have set. Of course, you should only set one to autofocus, because then without that the web browser will have no idea what to autofocus. And with the read only, this is now in read only state, so you can change nothing anymore. So that's it for the first part. That means we have now HTML5 support for a number field. So, but that's not how TreasureBoat works. In TreasureBoat there is more that we can do, and we have already implemented in NumberField little more code, so to make it even more better to work. And I will show you this now. So let's add automatic one. We have now an automatic binding. We can set here in Boolean true or false. That's why we have here the switch. So we can use this is automatic switch and set it to the automatic, and the same one I will copy paste into this area, so we can switch the automatic on and off. What is automatic mean? Automatic means if it's false, don't do any automatic. So that means display the HTML5 old way, so everything is like you expect. With automatic on, it will automatically use the TB skin Gumpy framework and will decide how to style with CSS itself. So that means it will try to automatically style with CSS the number field and make it more attractive looking. So even a plain test application can really look much nicer now. So that means take a look how that will work. So let's switch to automatic, and now you can see we have a different style. That means you can see it is big. It's because we are in the Gumpy style. That means we have a row with 12 columns. That means it goes over all 12 columns and display that. And the code and the numbers are now on the centered right. That means on the right where it should be. And you have here the steppers. So everything works like expect. And that's how the new number field looks. Now you will say, okay, that looks better, but it's not really too exciting. But that's not all what we can do here. So let's make some changes. At first, let me switch this read only out, so we can make some changes. The first one will be disable enter key. What is disable enter key? Before I will show you, let's say you click on the form enter. That means if you click on any form enter, the submit button get the focus and will enter and call the action and will post the data automatically. Sometimes in a form it can be painful because the user is hitting enter and really doesn't like to enter. Usually you can do that with the tab key, because we have a tab key. The tab key goes all around to everywhere, but the user don't really know about the tab key, and then with the enter, so it's sometimes you don't like that. So you can say with the new binding disable enter key to do. Make it here so you can see, make it in both so that means you can see it better. Disable key to do. Now we have the enter key disabled. Let's refresh it first. That means we put a number in. Now I hit enter and it goes to the next field. It don't submit the page. And even here, if I click here with enter, it goes to the submit button and then I can commit the page. So that can be done with the disable enter key. Next, because it's a little big here, we can use some classes. So let me use a class. For the first one, we will use normal, and for the second one, we use narrow. Do you think what is that? What are classes we have? This are set already in the Campy skin, so we have a few classes that we can use for fields to make the display a little different. So that means if I update this, the normal size is here and the narrow size is like this. So it is smaller and we can have different sizes. Also, I think we could say an extra narrow than X narrow, and then it will be smaller like this. So you can really decide the sizes in classes very easily. And now I think the number field start looking really good now. But let's change a little more. Let's say we would like have also units displaying here. It could be that we can say that, okay, that is 22 kilos, and in this way we would have to put some unit code. That means we would write like, usually we would write like something like that, kilo here. So that means if we test submit, we have here 22 kilos. It looks not bad, but I think we could do better. So we can now use here a suffix, and in the suffix we say use kilo for the suffix, and let's display that. Now it displays in a nice rounded CSS with 22 kilos, and that is in this way a unit, but because it is called in the binding a suffix, that means it really can be everything. That means it could be also for here, for example, let's say suffix, it could be, let's say, euro or something, and then it would be 26 euro. It means it has not to be really a unit, but we can also make let's say make the not euro, let's say it is something like that. So that means 26, and we would like to have the euro in front. So that means we could set a prefix and say prefix is euro, suffix is this. So that would look like euro 26. So that means this is now very powerful, because you can really, with really prefix and suffix, make different number fields. This is full number, that means integer numbers. So that makes the first step of the new dynamic elements, the TBNumberField. And in the next video we will speak about maybe the telephone field, and then we have also the URL, the email field, all kind of HTML5 fields that are now in TreasureBoat or coming to TreasureBoat and have a nicer look